got back from the river a little while ago, and we jacked up either side of the trailer, and we were checking the wheel bearings to make sure they weren't loose or making any bad noises. And the driver's side on a car and passenger side, for some reason, on a boat is a little, it's quite messed up though. It was jiggling about and it was making weird noises when it was rotating. So we took all that off, cleaned it up. We didn't want to bore you guys with that. And then we went out to AutoZone to Riley and got bearings and a seal, which is just what we needed. And we're going to show you putting that back on and then putting the wheel back on. Alright, so this is the hub, and the bearings go in there, and then the wheel bolts on there, and that side goes on the axle. That side goes on the axle. And it's due for a paint job, so we just got some random black spray paint we had lying around, so I'm going to paint this up after I tape off possibly this area if I can, the threads, and this area. It's pretty windy out, so I'm just going to do a quick time lapse. Alright, so the first thing we did was we cleaned up the outside bearing, just to kind of check on it and see how it was doing, and
see if it needed repacked or replaced.
And it wasn't really doing at all.
Kind of hard to see because she's a little dirty, but
If you can
we'll
hear
actually
that.
clean that, grab that rag and clean it up a little bit so we can show them what it really looks like.
Yeah, that's not dirty right there. That's just pitting.
Tilt it away from the camera. There you go. There you go. She's a beaut. Yeah. The inside bearing was much better, but grab the race for it. The inside bearing.
Yeah.
So you could see where the bearing had been resting on it for who knows how long in one spot, and you can feel that with your finger when you run it across there. So instead of repacking, we're replacing. So what Wyatt's doing now is we verified the outside diameter, eyeballed it at the store. So he's going to check the inside diameter with a caliper there. What you got?
1.15-ish.
Okay. And then grab the other small one there.
Got 1.10, 1.15-ish.
Okay. We're good to go. We already checked the big one, so
Yep.
we'll bring you back once that spindle dries and we start putting bearings back in. Wyatt's gonna hand pack these bearings in the meantime. So one of the things that was really gummed up was the outside of this bearing buddy. It was just caked full of grease. So we took it all apart, cleaned it up, greased it up, put it back together. You got an internal snap ring here, internal snap ring here. That spring that's in there that puts pressure on this isn't terribly strong, but when it comes out of there, it'll surprise you if you're taking one of these apart. So just be aware of that. And we're still waiting for paint to dry, and then we'll bring you back when we're ready to assemble.
take some grease and put it on this here, this axle. And I'm gonna go ahead, or spindle. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get the whole thing. This on. That's close.
Other way. Other way. Get your bearing on there.
Okay. Bearing on. This washer. Nut. Do we need to put that on or not?
What are you doing?
So we're gonna tighten this up until this is getting kind of hard to spin, and then we'll give a few rotations to make sure those bearings are really on there.
Seated.
Seated, yep. You feel that? Is that
Give her a little more. A little more. There you go. Okay, now she's getting stiff. We'll give her a few rotations. Okay, loosen it up. Just a little. Okay. Okay, give her a little tight. A little bit more. There you go. All right, that spins freely, no play. I want to grab both sides and give it a little, just to make sure there's no play there, back and forth. Okay. Put the nut retainer on. You got to get her lined up with the holes.
oh yeah. So there.
We can, there you go. Kind of a wimpy cotter pin.
Yeah. This guy, like that.
Yep. Just lightly tap her. Tap through, go around. seated.
A few more.
That's in there.
Alright, so now we can put the tire back on.
Then we'll come back with the grease gun and fill that spindle full of grease. And we'll be done with this side.
Yeah.
The other side felt really good and sounded good, and we're going to leave it alone for now. I'm sure in the near future we'll tear into it too.
Alright, so today we're going to do the other side of the wheel bearing. I'm going to put this in the same video because it's just the next day and I haven't uploaded it yet. So this one seems pretty good, but we're going to check on it just to make sure because we have a long trip coming up. So I'm just going to do a time lapse of this one because you've already seen pretty much everything that goes into it. So this will just be a complete video of just everything, but really fast.